Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my May TBR and all of the books that I want to read in the month of May. So let's just get right into it. There are not too many books that I want to read this month. I'm trying to keep my TBR a little bit lower for the month so that maybe then if I achieve it, I will be more likely to read beyond it and not have too lofty of a goal that I just can't attain it. We are already almost halfway through May. I am filming this very late, and even though I've already read a few books this month, I'm just not counting them in this TBR at all. I'm going to just include the books that I still want to get done by the end of the month. So yeah, let's get into it. Also, side note, I am absolutely wearing my Kylo Ren sweater because why not? I am in such a Kylo Ren mood right now. My birthday is coming up in a few weeks and all I want to do is buy myself all of the Kylo Ren and Adam Driver merch, and I'm trying so hard not to do it. It's probably gonna happen. It'll probably appear in some of my videos later, but it's fine. It's fine. One of the items that I really want is this cardboard cutout of Kylo Ren from The Last Jedi. It's like $30 and I'm like, Danielle, don't, but also do it, because what better way to wake up than Kylo Ren staring at you from the corner of your room? Anyway, let's get to this TBR. Let's talk about the books that I want to read in May. So first things first, I would really like to finish reading the Bloodlines series by Rochelle Mead. I already finished The Fiery Heart, which is book 4 in the series at the beginning of this month, which you'll see in my wrap-up. That's a little spoiler for you. But I still have to read Silver Shadows and The Ruby Circle, which are books 4 and 5, and I really want to finish those books this month. I'm very excited to keep going. This series is just more captivating every book you read, and I'm just excited to see where the story takes us and where it ends up. If you don't know what the Vampire Academy is about, I talked about it in my wrap-up for April, but essentially, in brief, the Vampire Academy is about an academy of vampires. It follows Alisha Dragomir and Rose Hathaway. Lissa is a royal vampire. She is from a royal line, and Rose is a Dhampir, which is half vampire, half human. Rose is a little bit stronger than your average human, and she's charged with protecting Lissa from all kinds of danger, which definitely ensues right away and continues through the rest of the book. And there's this bigger danger that the two of them are going to discover along the way that will take place over the rest of the series. So that's it in brief. It's so good. Bloodlines is the sequel series to Vampire Academy, and I am loving it so much, as you will see or have seen in my April wrap-up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this. 2 more books. I'm sad that I have to eventually say goodbye, but I'm definitely planning on a reread when I finish. So yeah, I want to get to Silver Shadows and Ruby Circle. Can't cover Kylo. I kind of really vibe how I look in a high neck. It's a mood. I'm gonna have to look up a summary because I don't know how to summarize. I can't summarize to save my life. I'm gonna write a song about it. So the next 2 books that I would like to get to in the month of May are Arch Enemies and Supernova by Marissa Meyer, which are the last 2 books in the Renegades trilogy. I actually read Renegades for one of my book club books of the month, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I just never got around to reading Arch Enemies or Supernova. And I have a friend of mine, Jennifer, who was obsessed with the trilogy. She recently read it and she binge read all of the books, and she's been trying to get me to finish this series for months now. And I really want to. I've been dying to know how it ends. I just haven't made the time for it. So in the month of May, I really want to finish the series. Renegades is essentially a superhero book at its very core. In Renegades, we have 2 different groups of people. We have Renegades and Anarchists, and the Renegades are essentially these superhuman people that have extraordinary abilities, and they rose from a crumbled society, and they are the ones who reinstilled peace and order in a world of chaos. They are a symbol of hope for many other people in the world, except of course for the villains that they overthrew. This book follows a girl named Nova who was wronged by the Renegades. She is on a mission for vengeance. This book series was so good. I said series like I read the whole thing, but you know what I meant. Renegades was so good. I loved it. I devoured it. I didn't expect it to be something I would like that much, but I was hooked from the opening scene. The opening scene, if you've read Renegades, you know. It is bone-chilling and intoxicating and enticing, and I loved it, and I am so excited to get to the rest of this series. So, as I said, Arch Enemies and Supernova are high on my list to read in the month of May. I'm really hoping to get to these because I really would like to know what happens to all of the characters that I've grown to love in this book and where the series is gonna go, because I really have no idea. The next book that I want to read in the month of May is one that has been on my TBR for years, for ages, forever. I'm so shocked that I still never picked this up, but then again, am I? Let's be honest. The next book is The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi. I don't know too much about this book, which I'm starting to really enjoy. The more you watch my videos, the more you might actually kind of see this from me, but I'm starting to kind of start picking books up knowing bare minimum because I want to go into a book blind and really just discover the world as I read. I'm finding that so many summaries have so many spoilers in them and that it just takes away from the story for me. So I don't know too much about this. I know that people compare it, whether for better or for worse, to Six of Crows, and that it involves a heist, and I'm pretty sure it takes place in France. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I'm actually gonna check. It does. It takes place in Paris. Love that. I've actually never read Six of Crows, so I don't even have anything to compare this to. So I'm really excited to get to it. But even knowing very little about this book, I'm super excited to get into it because it was blurbed by Renee Ahdieh, Laini Taylor, Stephanie Garber, Holly Black, and Adrienne Young. So it's gotta be good, right? And who knows, maybe after reading a book about a heist, I will actually be inspired to start Six of Crows. Here's to wishful thinking. Okay, the last book on my TBR for May is Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron. This book was actually sent to me by Bloomsbury. It is for a Storygram tour that I signed up for. It is coming out July 7th of this year, and let me tell you how excited I am about this book. I saw the cover of this book and I was immediately entranced. And the title of it was just so captivating. Cinderella is Dead. I was super intrigued. What is this about? I love retellings. Retellings are some of my favorite things ever. So I looked into it, I read the synopsis, and I was blown away. I was like, I have to read this immediately. So essentially, this book takes place 200 years after Cinderella's story takes place. So it's 200 years after Cinderella and her stepsisters, and it follows a girl named Sophia. Sophia lives in a world where girls are required to go to an annual ball, and they are selected to be the wives of the men in the kingdom based on their refinery. If the girls are not selected, they disappear and no one ever hears from them ever again. Sophia is in love with her best friend Erin and has been for years. And for her, the worst thing that could happen is for her to go to this ball and number one, not to be able to be with Erin because she ends up being someone else's wife, or to disappear completely because she wasn't selected. So Sophia does the only thing that makes sense and she runs away. And when she runs away, she ends up running directly into one of the last ancestors, or the last known ancestor of Cinderella. And the two of them work together to take the kingdom down. I am so excited to read into this book, to see what happens. I think it's going to be stunning, and I cannot wait to see where this goes because the cover's beautiful, the synopsis sounds really good. I love retellings. One of my all-time favorite retellings is A Curse of Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer, which at the moment is untouched, but you know, who knows? So that is it for all of the books that I want to read in May. As I said, I've already started reading books this month because we are halfway through the month. But these are books that I have not yet started and books that I definitely want to get to before the end of the month. I'm hoping that by keeping my TBR a little bit shorter, I will be able to reach my goal and hopefully exceed that goal. We'll see. You'll have to tune in next month to see how I did, but I think it's doable. I think that it's a reasonable goal, so we're gonna try. We're gonna try. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're reading amazing books, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!